Hello, I'm here now with Simon Ward, the leader of the Royal Sutton Coldfield Town Council. And he's very recently unveiled the master plan for the town centre, where the town centre renewal and regeneration is being led by the town council, but with everyone else, the LEP, the West Midlands Mayor, Birmingham City Council, private sector, everyone else feeding into it. And so one of the purposes of this chat is to get an update from Simon on the town centre renewal. But it's also an opportunity for me, on behalf of the local community, to thank Simon and all his colleagues on the town council for the magnificent community effort that they were so in the forefront of getting in the town's response to coronavirus and the lockdown and the many difficulties that imposed. So, Simon, shall we start with the town centre?
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for the opportunity to talk this through. So, yeah, I mean, I have it here, the draft of the town centre master plan, which will be being approved by full council at a special meeting in August. Really excited about what's in this document. It's the result of a lot of hard work, as you say, from a number of partners, but particularly from residents. So we had an enormous response from residents of Royal Sutton Coldfield, as you would expect. And we were talking to them about the big moves, as we called them, which are the things that we and the consultants who've helped us put together the plan were suggesting should be done to make a real difference and to be a real catalyst for change in the town centre. So it's a really exciting time that we can bring this document forward, which we will be doing to the public over the next month or so.
And once it's been approved by the Royal Town Council, what are sort of three things that people in the town will notice about its plans?
There's some really big plans around the look and feel of the town centre. So for too long, the centre of the town has been constrained by the concrete collar of a big road, a big ring road. And we're proposing that we just get rid of that effectively and we close down half of that road. And that will make a huge difference in terms of opening up the area towards the park and improving connection and kind of the way for people to get around in the town centre. The second thing I'd say is that it kind of follows because there will be no buses in the town centre in the longer term. Really important that residents can still get to the town centre and the buses will be nearby, but it will open up the whole lower parade area. It will open up something that looks much more like a centre, a heart for the town, where you can have markets, where you can have an open air concerts, all the things that we should have in our town centre, but we don't really have the space to do it. And I think the third thing is different uses for different parts of the town centre as well. We're all utterly disappointed and depressed by the number of empty units there are in the town centre, and therefore we have to make sure that those get put to different uses. And our town centre going forward will be a place where people spend their leisure time, will be a place where they live, as well as a places where they shop.
So it's a sort of mixed economy of more residential in all sorts and sizes and shapes of residential accommodation, and not just the retail offer, which has now really ploughed into the sand, but all sorts of different types of businesses, community activities, niche businesses, cafe society. It'll all be part of the new vision for the town centre.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's really important that it's even more pressing. You know, people have said to us, oh, what does coronavirus mean for this? Well, it means that the need is even more pressing. You know, the town centre has been in decline, sadly, for a long period. And what we've done just this week is approved some further interventions. So it's not a huge amount, so just over £50,000 the town council committed on Tuesday evening towards supporting the bid in the town centre so that we can do things like fund the Christmas lights this year, fund lighting improvements. And we've had a really important role alongside the bid in just making the town centre safe as well. We have to encourage people back there in the short term. You know, a plan takes some time, but there's lots of things that need to be done in the short term as well.
Now, thank you very much indeed for that. Turning to the lockdown and the extraordinarily unprecedented and difficult circumstances of the last few months, really, since March when the lockdown started. I want to thank you for the leadership you've given and all of your councillors who've done so much. And I mean, you and I throughout this period have been in touch on an almost daily basis, solving local problems and trying to make sure that the difficulties that people have experienced in their lives are eased. your reflections, Simon, because the town council in some ways sort of come of age during this crisis because it was able to make such a big difference.
Yeah, and I think for the town council, it's really, I don't say easy is the wrong sort of word, but you think about all the statutory interventions and everything that was set up to respond to the virus, and that absolutely those had to be done. But there's a whole sort of range of people that sit below those interventions who might just be old, they might just be lonely, they might just not be able to get out to their food bank, they might just not be able to collect their prescriptions from the chemist. And what the town council did, and huge tribute to the officers there, who I was privileged to be able to support in doing this as well, was they set up Sutton Together, which was a way for volunteers to come forward because people wanted to do things, and we are a really powerful community in Sutton. And what they did, we gave residents, hundreds of residents, the opportunity to get pointed towards community hubs to be able to help, to go and do a few hours driving here and there, to go and do some prescription delivery. And I think the town council is the level of local government that's closest to the residents of Royal Sutton Coldfield, and we are absolutely the heart of that community. And it was what we should have done, but I'm really proud that it's what we did do. I'm really proud of my 24 fellow councillors who all in their different ways. And we've got a diverse group of councillors, and when you've got some guys who are over 80, we weren't expecting them to go out and necessarily be helping deliver food parcels, but everybody played their part in a fantastic community effort that we as a town can be really proud of.
Well, I completely agree, and they really did. And throughout the crisis, I spoke to all your colleagues on the town council on more than one occasion to find out that they were all right and to hear what they were doing. And I hope you'll pass on the gratitude of the whole town to Olive and your chief executive and all your other staff for a magnificent effort. And I was just reflecting today as I was walking around the town that although Britain in Bloom, the competition is not taking place, you and the town council have made certain that the centre of Sutton Coldfield, in the Vesey Gardens, on the roundabouts, by the War Memorial, the sheer splendour and beauty of the floral decoration and the plants, it's a huge tribute to you and your colleagues on the town council that you've persisted with that, and it really has beautified and lit up the town. So thank you very much for that as well.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. No, thank you. And thank you for the help you gave us. As you say, you and I are in contact every day, whether it was the small business that was struggling to get its grant, whether it was the resident who needed support from elsewhere within NHS or whatever else. I think it was great that you and your team could work hand in glove with the town council to just do the right thing for the community over that 3-4 month period.
Thank you. Well, it was a team effort, and it pays, I think, an eloquent tribute to the sort of place the royal town of Sutton Coldfield is. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Andrew. Thank you.